Sethi, MD and CEO at Protean eGovernance Technologies, joins us on the show right now. Suresh, hi, morning. Your overall Q4 numbers came in below estimates. Provide us more details on why the decline in profits and why it happened.
Yeah, sure. So overall, the numbers have increased. When we look at the top line, the company had posted a healthy 19% growth. When we look at the PAT numbers have reduced primarily, number one, because of the investments we've been doing in our new lines of business. As a result of it, there is incremental depreciation coming in. There is also a one-off depreciation on certain assets, which we have depreciated 100%. Likewise, there have been certain additional investments in people and technology with regard to the new businesses. And further to that, there is a provision which we have made over the course of the year, and that has impacted the PAT numbers. But overall, the business at the top line has grown in a very robust manner.
And give us a sense, morning, as to how the demand trends and client confidence are looking for the digital public infra segment. Any market share gains that have been reported in the categories that you operate in?
Yeah, so that has been a very, very promising trend which we have been seeing throughout the year, and I would say over a number of years. The entire convergence of Digital India, the evolution, has played out well. If we look at all our lines of business, whether it is issuance of PAN cards, where again, I mean, the key businesses, again, let me step back and talk about it. If I look at taxation or PAN card issuance, PAN card issuance is again supported very well by Digital India, because as people are operating in a digital market, they are opening new bank accounts, they are doing capital market transactions. The need for the PAN card is felt. And today, if you look at our country, more than 50 crore people still need a PAN card because it's not a saturation ID. And PAN card issuance is very much there, strongly going on year. And the use cases are naturally increasing with the Digital India. The identity services clearly picks up and aligns completely with the Digital India growth. And over here, being a unique company, we offer all four facets of the identity services. Whether it is e-sign, e-KYC, e-authentication, or online PAN validation, and that has shown a healthy growth. The emergence of new open digital ecosystems where the company is operating in, especially in areas like mobility, transport and mobility, digital commerce under ONDC, where we are powering the entire network. There has been a strong growth in network adoption. The number of buyers and sellers, the number of transactions that are happening, it's almost showing a 20 to 30% month-on-month growth. And that is clearly showing that some of the ODs are making their mark. And we've also forayed into new open digital ecosystems in the space of agriculture and education and skilling over the course of last year. And all these are again being supported very strongly with the Digital India thrust.
Sure. What is then the outlook on your revenues as well as margins going forward for FY25?
So again, as I said that, in line with the Digital India growth, our areas of operation being in the space of taxation, which is again a lot of headroom from PAN issuance perspective. If you look at our pension business, again, an underpenetrated pension society. Interesting to note, there are almost 28 crore EPFO accounts, and from a pension perspective, we are at around 7 crore pension accounts with NPS and APY put together. We see strong headroom over there. Identity services, along with the entire digital stack and open digital ecosystems, are going to show a promising growth with the Digital India growth. So we see good convergence over there, and definitely we see ourselves continuing with a strong momentum.
And what kind of margin profile does the international business look like? What kind of contribution can we see from that down the line from the international segment?
See, the international business we see as a very important vertical for us, because whatever we are doing in the Indian ecosystem as a digital public infrastructure company, whether it is in the space of identity, in the space of taxation, social security, these are areas which are being looked at very keenly, especially by the developing countries. We have a strong, engagement going on currently with quite a few countries in Africa, in Southeast Asia. And DPIs, or digital public infrastructure, is at the core of their development agenda at this stage. And therefore, we see that there is a lot of engagement, a lot of traction happening on these services. In terms of the profile, since these engagements are at a infrastructure level in the country, they are largely run by the government or by multilateral agencies, and therefore they are RFP in nature. And since they are RFP, it naturally means we have to put forth a certain bid, and we have to then look at our cost structure and our margins and put those bids across. So there is a predictability in how these businesses will come in. And we are currently working with quite a few countries on this front.
Right. You do product as well as services. Any new partnerships on the anvil with fintech companies?
So we currently always, are on the lookout wherever we are able to identify companies which are either leveraging cutting edge tech, or companies which give us the ability to do faster go-to-market. Otherwise, over the course of the year, as we said, as we pivoted and started operating into the new age open digital ecosystems, we've ourselves invested very strongly in core strengths within the people in terms of open source technology, open source stacks. And that is the investment which we are seeing playing out well, where we are creating these open source stack which are working in various digital ecosystems and are completely fungible as we move from one ecosystem to another. And that's playing out pretty well for us.
All right, thank you for taking us through those details. We'll slip into a quick break with news that the index is down 0.6% for the mid and the small caps, neck to neck with the frontliners. We'll be right back with more market talk.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.